campus is empowering. The campus is pink.
Her campus is family.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jayla Scruggs.
And I'm Kimberly Gaslam, your host for today's HerCampusTV segment.
So, we have a very exciting events to share with you that are going on in Lawrence this week.
Break it down for us, Jayla.
Okay, so this upcoming Thursday, October 22nd at 6 p.m., Ticket to Terror Haunted House bus trip. SU is hosting a bus trip to the Edge of Hell and the Beast of Haunted House in Kansas City. Tickets are discounted and the bus ride is free. Also, you guys have the ability to skip lines, so that's fun too. The bus will leave the Union at 6 p.m. and return at 10:30. Tickets range anywhere from $15 to $25.
All right, so Art Rages is Friday, October 23rd at 9 p.m. Art Rages is a celebration of famous works of art. It is a blacklight party that includes a DJ, dancing, face painting, refreshments, t-shirt painting, and art appreciation. The first 50 people receive a free t-shirt to decorate. It's 100% free for all KU students.
Okay, so guys, up next we have a chance to hear from KU's very own Nathan O'Brien.
We'll give you beats from his very own music and the story of how he got where he is today. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Sarah Lee and welcome to Campus Celebrity. Today our guest is Nate O'Brien, who is an upcoming DJ. That's insane, mostly because as I was getting here, I was listening to Taylor Swift. So welcome to
Taylor Swift is a good artist.
Good, yeah, she is. I missed her concert and I was really sad about it. But we'll save that for like a therapy session. So welcome to our show. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me.
Good.
Honestly.
So tell us a little bit how you got into music.
Growing up, I was very into just listening to music, and my dad was very into music. He taught me just to listen to music whenever you're alone, or whenever you're just like getting ready for sports or getting ready to like do homework or anything. Just like keep something in your head that keeps your mind okay, and like just simple, basically keep your thoughts happy. And whenever like I started listening to music, it just kind of calmed me, and getting into music, it really influenced my life to start like being involved with it. So that's when DJing really came in, and like I just love listening to music, and I love doing just all I can to just be involved with music, and that's where like DJing really took off. Growing up, being involved with a bunch of sports, you know, music is going to have a big influence on you. So definitely keeping that in my mind and just working on it every day as a passion.
Yeah. So what kind of music did you listen to when you were doing sports?
Mostly hip hop, or mostly, you know, like upbeat, indie, electronic music, or whatever usually was playing over the intercoms that, you know, other stadium music would listen to. But that was a huge influence on my life, was, you know, hip hop and like electronic music.
So did you teach yourself how to DJ? How did that happen?
Definitely spent a lot of time teaching myself and like learning the fundamentals of DJ, but definitely also learning from other people, and, you know, like YouTube videos, or like my roommate telling me how to do stuff, or, you know, other people just saying, hey, you need to fix this by doing this. And it took a while to develop the skills of being a DJ, but it definitely came to be like more of like a self-learning aspect of it.
So how would you describe your style of DJ?
My style of DJ is more of listening to flow and getting the people hype. I like when people are having a great time, you know, like if you're at a bar or like at a DJ show, that you're like up and like into the music. And so my style of DJing is really getting people involved.
Right. And so you had DJ at Quentin's once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a couple times once?
A couple times. Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Most of the people that were there the couple times that we went out honestly came up to us and said, "Yeah, you've been like one of the best DJs," and like my roommate and I, spend some quality time doing our stuff and making sure that whatever we play is going to be perfect for people, and it's going to be perfect for the scene that we're at. And whenever people come up to me and say that, it's kind of like, yeah, like I love what I do.
So how long does it take you to like put together a mix?
Usually we just kind of like sit around and record stuff. Whenever we start recording, the mixes usually come together in about like 30 to 45 minutes each. That's recordings, but like whenever we play shows, definitely they just like come together like right on the spot. You have to have skills of recognizing what people want to hear and what others are like in tune to the scene. Like say like if it's a bar scene, people don't want to be listening to like Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say people don't want to listen to Taylor Swift?
people want to listen to Taylor Swift, but it's got to be a certain song. You don't want to be listening to like a
disagree because I will be anywhere and Taylor Swift comes on and I will be so in the mood. So I will fight you on that, but I'll let it go for now.
All right.
But no, it's interesting when you said that because I was at the library when he sent one of like one of his mixes. I forgot my headphones wasn't in, so just through answers you could hear like this remix of like "Good for You," and as it turns out, people don't want to hear that at the library at 2 a.m. So,
Yeah,
that was a lesson. That was a lesson for everyone. But it's really exciting to see you continue on with your career in music.
Definitely.
It's something that you're really passionate about. And guys, if you want to listen to cool music that apparently isn't Taylor Swift when you're at the Hawk or Quentin's, I suppose you just have to go see Nate. So I'm going to put in a request for Taylor Swift now. It's fine. So is there anything else you'd like to say?
What's most important to me about DJing is just like staying true to yourself, really. You can have like a niche or something that drives you, and what's important is just like sticking with that, and no matter like what, just making yourself happy. So like I found DJing to make me happy, and it keeps me just like going, and it keeps me myself and keeps me real. So like I guess my message would be just find something that keeps you real, find something that keeps you happy, and just stick with it. And in the future, it'll turn out like endless possibilities.
That was really beautiful. I'm going to tear up on my own show now. So, after this break, please keep watching because, it's Her Campus and we have a lot of exciting things coming up for you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Kimberly Gaslam with your news update. On October 8th, the 16 KU men's basketball players and 21 non-athlete students, upperclassmen and males only, moved into the Marie St. McCarthy Hall. The three-story facility was privately funded by Kansas University alumni Kent and Miss C. McCarthy and was named after Kent's mother, who also attended KU. The total price for the facility was $11.2 million. The facility contains an indoor basketball court, barber shop, game room, movie theater, and multi-purpose room. The apartments have full kitchens and bedrooms. The price per year is $9,875. Thursday, October 15th, President Barack Obama announced to keep nearly 10,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan in the next year and 5,000 when he leaves office in 2017. Obama called the new war plan a modest but meaningful extension of the U.S. military mission in Afghanistan, which was originally planned to end next year. Until now, the war in Afghanistan has barely been a factor in the 2016 presidential campaign. However, there is one candidate, Hillary Clinton, who commented on the announcement.
I do agree with that, and I think it's the right decision. I think that the president has been very focused on trying to understand the conditions on the ground. He feels that he's got a good partner with the president of Afghanistan, President Ghani. And I admire the fact that the president, who has very strong positions about trying to end wars and bring people home, which is exactly the right place to be in, is not so doctrinaire, absolutist, that no matter what the circumstances are, he's going to stick to his position. You have a position of responsibility and a real obligation to try to make the best decisions possible, and I know that that's what he did on this one.
This announcement could bring change to the candidate's presidential plan. That's all about the time we have left for today. Up next, Natalie is here to tell us how to dress for those chilly football games and how to stock your wardrobe for basketball season, all here on HCTV.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back. I'm Natalie Sitek with Claire Tamar for your fashion segment of the day. It's October, so we're right in the middle of football season. The weather is starting to cool down, so we can no longer wear our KU dresses and cowboy boots to games. So Claire, what are some ideas of what we can wear that will keep us warm but still look cute?
Well, I think some good outfits are just flannels or a vest. You could wear with boots. You also could wear jeans, leggings work. You could wear a sweater dress if you really want to. I think those are all good options that will keep you warm.
I really like those ideas, yeah. Here at KU, all the girls and boys really dress up for the game. So I remember like in high school, we would just wear football jerseys and leggings and really chill, but it's nice to see everyone looking their best for the games here. Okay, so on a quick side note, since I know how much you love sports, what are your thoughts on the football team with Ryan Willis now starting as the quarterback? Do you think we might get
I
some
think
more
it's a
wins?
good change. I think it's going to be exciting to see how it works out. I think that we might have a chance to get some wins in there, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. At least one W this season. Speaking of W's, we need to establish what a good outfit is to wear for a basketball game. Since we just had late night a couple weeks ago, which I know got us all excited for basketball season, it'll be here before we know it. So what are your thoughts on what to wear to a basketball game?
Well, I think a good idea is basketball jerseys for sure. You might want to get one size bigger so you can wear it with leggings, and then Converse is a good idea. It is cold out, but you're going to be really hot in the arena since it is like inside. I think your best bet is just a basketball jersey and go all out with KU colors.
That's so true. That's so true. I couldn't agree more. I feel like it's definitely a lot easier to dress for the basketball games than the football games because you can be more comfortable in your jersey instead of like, you know, all dressed up. But I just can't wait. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I really need to figure out like my camping group that situation since it's going to be so packed. I need to get on that.
Yeah, I haven't even started.
Yeah. So Claire, do you have any last pieces of advice for our viewers of how they can
Definitely,
dress?
if you want to grab some attention to yourself, I'd pair up your fall outfits with a statement necklace. You could wear like big earrings for football games, tie like face makeup, put a lot of like KU tattoos and stickers. I think that's all like your best bet just to go all out for KU.
That's awesome. Well, that will wrap up this week's fashion segment. Thanks, Claire, for joining us today. It's been so great talking to you, KU Sports Fashion, and I hope this was helpful in preparing what you're wearing to the football and basketball games. Thank you all for watching Natalie Knows. We'll be right back.
again for joining me. I'm Natalie Sitek here with Griffin Hughes and Kevin Gray. Previously, I had the chance to talk to Claire Tamar about KU football and basketball fashion. Now we're going to hear from Griffin and Kevin to learn more about their take on KU sporting events and what their expectations are. Thank you for joining me, Griffin and Kevin.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, for sure. Usually our football season is kind of a little rocky, so around this time we're getting excited for KU basketball since we just had late night a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But after the game last Saturday, now I'm like starting to have second thoughts, like maybe we might start having a couple of wins. What are you guys thinking?
I would say don't jump to conclusions really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone's talking about Ryan Willis. I think you would agree.
Yep.
True freshman quarterback, throws for 330 yards, a couple touchdowns, but also a pick, and he fumbles in crucial situations. So don't be so high on Ryan Willis just yet, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like Griffin said, he's a true freshman. He's our fourth string quarterback, so that tells you kind of what we're dealing with as a whole program.
Lots of injuries.
Lots of injuries, especially at the quarterback position. But Willis is the fourth string quarterback. He hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. He showed promise, like Griffin said, 330 yards, a couple touchdowns. But down the stretch, when the game was on the line, he gave the ball up.
Yep.
And, I mean, that shows his inexperience, so there's a little bit of a positive twist you can put on it.
Yeah.
But right now, I wouldn't expect him to lead the Jayhawks to very many winning games.
I wouldn't say so. I think the positive that you put on it is the kid's a true freshman. So, he just hasn't had this kind of game experience under his belt to be a dominant quarterback. I think one day he could get to be a quarterback that you say, this is a top 5 kid in the Big 12. I'm not going to say that he's going to break into that top 3. You just know, I mean, Baylor's going to have a stud.
Yep.
The kid that came in the game against KU, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12.
Yeah, he was the second string quarterback.
Exactly. And he's the same age as Ryan Willis.
Yeah.
And you know that TCU has some stud behind Trevon Boykin. And Charlie Strong's a great quarterback recruiter. I mean, he got Teddy Bridgewater to Louisville.
Yeah.
So it's just...
And you forget about Oklahoma. They always have great quarterbacks.
Got Baker Mayfield's younger brother over there
yeah.
or something. So.
Texas will soon, like Griffin said, come back with more quarterbacks. So, I mean,
yeah.
Willis has a positive future, but I wouldn't put him up top 3 ever, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how he does. He went to my high school, so I'm hoping for the best, but we'll just have to wait it out and just see how the rest of the season plays out. As far as basketball goes, though, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, Griffin,
all right, let's end on a positive, so I will start.
Yeah.
To me, for men's basketball, it's just going to be, I'm not excited at all for the season because it's going to be the same to me. They've got a team that is good enough to win the Big 12 regular season again, and Bill Self is one of the best regular season coaches in the country. So they've got a good enough team to do that again. They're going to lose in the finals of the Big 12 tournament again, or lose at some point in that range, and they're going to lose in the first weekend of the tournament. There's nothing on this team, on this roster, that makes me think they've improved from last year. I think Cheikh Diallo is very overrated in what he's going to do as a centerpiece for Bill Self. He's not a Bill Self big man like a lot of people would think that he is. I just don't see anything on this roster that makes me think this is a team that can move past where they were, especially if they get put in a tough bracket again in the NCAA tournament.
Well, I disagree with you a little bit, Griffin. I think the Big 12 is a lot weaker than it was last year. Last year they trudged through. They had a below 500 record on the road, which is hard, but when you have the home court advantage of an Allen Fieldhouse, then it really helped us. But
it was also because the Big 12 was so tough that they were able to win because teams were losing to each other left and right.
Yeah, but this year the Big 12 is a lot weaker, so I think that they will come out relatively unscathed from conference play, and I think that'll help with the conference tournament. I don't think they can win the conference tournament because they haven't had a lot of success with that lately. But I think going into the NCAA tournament, I feel really good about the experience that they have. They're going to be starting seniors, and you don't see that a lot.
That's true.
In the NCAA basketball game. So they have a lot of experience year-wise. And then they went to Korea this year over the summer. They took gold in the World University Games, and I think they're going to take a lot of good positives from that experience, where they went undefeated in 8 games against really good competition worldwide.
Yep.
That's something most teams, in fact, none of the other teams in the country are going to have. They got a chance to come together as a team, gain chemistry, and I see that all this experience is going to push them farther than what Griffin thinks. I think it's Final Four or bust for this team, because now, you mentioned Sheck Diallo. What I saw in the late night scrimmage, he looked slow, he looked sloppy, but I think as the season progresses, he'll clean up the sloppiness, he can gain the quickness, but it's really hard to consistently beat a lengthy, athletic defender like Sheck Diallo seems to me to be.
I see what you're saying. For the record, this is HerCampusTV. I'm way more excited about the women's basketball season than the men's basketball season.
It's not even a question.
Way more excited.
Definitely.
Well, we have our new coach now, too, so it will be exciting
I
to see.
love Coach Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Coach Brandon Schneider fan, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to both seasons. I hope I see you guys at some of the games.
Definitely.
Sit down courtside.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, thank you all for watching Natalie Knows. We'll be right back with Jayla and Kim for a recap of events in Lawrence this week. Don't move.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
That's all the time we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. For all of us here at Her Campus TV, I'm Jayla Scruggs.
And I'm Kimberly Gaslam. Have a good day.
Campus is empowering. The campus is pink.
Her campus is family.